Hello guys, and welcome to GM-BIST Construction Consultant GCC. Today we are going to learn to use our protastructure 2021 to carry out our analysis. So we now begin. First of all, you go to your new project, you type the name of your project, that is the project code. Let's say class 1. Then you go to the code. It's very necessary that you choose your code. You're using BS 1110 use of concrete. Click on OK. You now allow it to process. You open the, yes, you can see it processing. You can see the background now opening. Yes, it's now open. Now the next thing you will do is you go to your external reference drawing. You now click on it. Click on your external reference drawing. You allow it to still. You now click on external reference drawing. Once you click, give it some time to process. Okay. Now you go to add drawing. So once you click on add drawing, a background will be open here. You choose where you save your DX file. It's a DX drawing. So in my own case, I save it on desktop. So I'll scroll down to where I save it. So I will choose the one. The name I save it is Event Center. Click open. So give it some time to process. And the next thing you do is to check this box here. Check it. Then you go to, once you check it, you see your drawing appearing down here. You go to import your reference, other details. You have your grid line, your columns, your wall. So you now export them to, you now import them to your protastructure. So it's processing. Give it time. It's now being completed. Now the next thing you do is just to close this. You close this too. Okay. I was supposed to click OK. I'll still go back. Click open. I'll check it. I'll click OK. You can see it here now. So we have our columns and our grid lines. Now the next thing for me to do is to edit my grid lines. They are not properly arranged, so I will right click on properties. So you see the dialog box displayed here. So this should be my A, capital A. Update those. Right click B. So you do it for all the Y axis, the Y grids. So I'm done with my Y grids, the Y axis. Now I go to the X axis. So this one will be 1. Those. So I'll do it for all of them. So I'm done with editing of my grid lines now. The next thing I will do is that I will go to my modeling. Under modeling, I will go to my beam. Give it some time to process. I'll go here. I did the size of my beam. The size of my beam is 230. The size of the wall given to me, and the depth of my beam is 450. So I will now choose this one, adjust eccentricity. I will choose this one, so that all my columns will pass through the grid lines. So I'll start from here. You can see that it's actually matching the size of my walls there. Come to this place. here. Do it this way. I want to done with everything on my x-axis before I go to my y-axis. Now if I want to have a curve B here, I will come to here, curve B intersection, then I will click it, I will activate it, click this side, click here, then I will try to move. You can see the way it's moving. Yes, I will adjust it a little. Yes, so I'll place my curve beans now, or deactivate it now. So I will now come to this place again. This one will not be curved again because I deactivated it. From column to column. Crossing new beans, crossing over other beans. Do you want to split the bean at the support span? No, I want to split them. Based on my design, I don't want to split them. I'll come to this place again. So I'm done with my bean now. But if you look at this very bean now, the span here, it's actually long, should be up to, let me say, 7 meters. So you know that a beam of 450 cannot support it, cannot stand the span there. So based on the code, based on experience in design, I can decide to use a beam of 600. So I will edit this one, right click on it, go to property. Okay, right click on it, go to property. I'll change the beam depth to 600, and I click update. It's now updated. So the next thing I will do is to let me edit my materials, choose the type of reinforcement I want for the analysis, or I can still go ahead to edit my beam wall load. But let me try to edit my materials. Then after that I can go to my beams. So you go to analysis, then you go to building analysis, then you come to parameters here. Know your parameters, you go to your foundation. Now this is your soil bearing capacity. That means change it to 120. It's assumed bearing capacity. Then the type of soil that I'm choosing loose material. Then you can also edit all this lateral loading and the ties. So our columns are breast column because they are built within the walls. Type whatever you want here, but I don't want to do that. So I now go to editing of my material. First, default materials. Now I go to columns. You uncheck then. For my columns, I want to use Y12 and Y16. You can actually choose one type of reinforcement for all your columns. For my beams, I also use 12 and 16. Then for my slab it's just 12. Y12. Links, that's your stirrups, Y10. Then for my foundation, I'm still, let me use Y12 and Y16 again. Y16. My links will maintain the Y12, Y10. Okay, I'm done with material selection. I can actually edit my load case. Yeah. Okay. Then I click yes. So and I go to my bin. I want to edit my bin wall load. Now I go to my bin now. Click on my bin. Right click. Go to edit wall load. You're editing the bin wall load. Yes. Now your checkbox is now open. Now the unit weight of Nigeria block is 3.47 kilonewton per meter square. Then the wall height. The wall height is the total height from your ground level to your slab. So if we're using a depth of a beam depth of 450, we're using a beam depth of 450. Assume the height of our building from the architectural design is 3,000 meters. Millimeters, that is 3 meters. Then minus the depth of your beam, which is 450. The 450 is including the slab, because the slab is 150. The depth of your beam alone is 300. So you have 2550. So this is millimeters. So when you come here, this is 2.55 millimeter. And here it now becomes in meter. So your wall thickness, my wall thickness is 0.23. That is in meter, because you're using the size of block from the architectural design is 230 millimeters. So you can see that your height is 4.9 here. Okay. So you now copy this beam wall load. Right click on it, copy wall load. It's actually beam wall load. And you right click again. Okay, it wasn't copying. Copy wall load. Then you highlight again. Right click. So you copy your beam wall load. You highlight the whole building. Highlighted, then you Control V. Then you press Control V. Now click yes. Give some time to process. So you have your beams are now loaded. So we have this beam of this depth. Yeah, I don't want to. If we actually want, you can change this one to the beam wall load, but I don't want to do that. I'll just copy it here. Copy and paste here. I will zoom of the same height. But if you actually want, you can model this one differently. So the next thing I will do is to go to modeling my slab now. So my slab depth will be 150, and my dead load for my calculation is 2.7. You can also do your calculation and get a dead load. But in post load, I just right click, so residential, domestic. So that's all. I will update. Come to this place. I click here, click, left click, left click, left click, left click, left click. So I'll not click here because this space is for staircase. So I'm done with that, and I'll close that dialog box. And the next thing I'll do is to use my slab strip. So the one highlighted here is my X, so I will start this way. This is my X axis, and I click here, hold my control key, click here, so you can see the reinforcement. I'll come to this place, do the same thing. Do the same thing for the X axis on each panel. Okay, let me click here. Actually, this reinforcement will be the same with this one, so I can just do away with this. Delete. Because the reinforcements are the same. And do away with this one too. The same reinforcement on the slab, so we don't actually need that one. Then I go to my y-axis again, click hold, do the same thing. Do the same thing. So I'm finished. I don't have any problem with my slab. If any section was insufficient, the system would have notified me. So it's either to increase the the depth of the slab, or to increase the depth of my beam, whichever way that works, and the problem is being solved. So the next thing I will do is to edit my stories. I will insert my stories. So I'm working on just one story building. Yes, no problem. So I'll go back to my level 1. I'll go to stories again, edit stories. I'll go to edit story. So my first story will be 3,150 mm. Description, you can just see ground floor, and the last floor should be, this one should be first floor. Whatever name you want, you can write there. First floor. So my depth of my foundation should be 1,400. Okay. So I'll go back to story, generate story. So I'm going to generate everything from this ground floor to second floor here. This is my first floor. Now check this. So what I need is just column, shear wall, beam, and braces. I click OK. So I now close. So you can see this is what we have here. So the next thing I will do, I will say edit my beam wall load here. Edit beam wall load. So what I do here is just to divide this by 2. I'll go to my calculator, divide what I have here by 2. So I have 1.275. So this 1 2 2, let me run it to 8. Okay, so I'll also copy this beam wall load here, the one I edited. Copy it, copy wall load, then I'll highlight again, highlight everything, Ctrl V. So once I press Ctrl V, which is paste, now see wall load defining the selected beam will be replaced by the wall load copy to the clipboard. So I say yes. So I've now pasted it. So I will go back to my ground floor, which is story 1. This is what we have. So I want to carry out some little settings here again. So let me go to settings and go to settings. I want to work on my beam detailed drawing, steel bars and links. So it's from here. I want to use this style of my detailing. This is how I want my reinforcement to appear in the section. So I will uncheck this. Once you just uncheck it, see it this way. So okay, let me also work on slab. Let me do some little settings on slab. Appearance, show number of bars in the level head. Let me show you what I want to edit. You can see from analysis here, we just have Y12. We don't have the number, the quantity of Y12 here. We just have Y12 with the spacing of 250 top. So this is what I want to change, so that the reinforcement, the quantity of reinforcement will be shown. So let me go to my slab appearance. So show number of bars in the label. Okay, so you now have 19Y12. So there are so many settings you can work. You can actually do so many settings as you want in the design. So this is where we are going to stop from our tutorial classes. Now next video we are going to learn how to analyze, carry out our foundation footings and some of those things. So keep to date with us. You can subscribe on us for more videos. Thank you and remain blessed.